Not even Dota can keep you safe, Cap.
No.
There is...
It's okay, I have deadlock now. Waska is 1-2, and they're matched up against the undefeated Team Spirit in this second group stage. They are 3-0. Spirit have been kicking ass in this group stage.
Yeah, all of Spirit's games have gone the distance, though.
True.
They're 6-3 in maps, so they've, I say maps, I guess I should say games, but either way, 2-1 in all of their series they've been winning. We'll see if this one is any different. I think it's fair to say that Spirit are on an upward trajectory, and for Waska it's been the opposite.
Yes.
I think a couple of the Waska games we've cast have been a little bit of a letdown compared to how well things were going for them in Group Stage 1. But obviously this is what will happen to some teams because the level of competition is increasing. Now you're playing against all the winners, and some of the easier matches that you may have won in Group Stage 1 will not be repeated. So definitely time to bring some of your best to a series like this one. If you could somehow get a win against Spirit, that would be absolutely huge. But it is indeed going to be challenging, as Spirit seem to be... They've seemed to have figured something out.
And this game, they are behind a Satanic Medusa with a Lion to aid him, give him some extra mana.
Some really nice multi-purpose Lion here with Shard, right? You can give Dusa mana at the same time as you mana drain away the disruption illusions.
Yeah.
I believe it does split when you cast it on an ally too. It also drains on enemies. You don't have to enemy cast, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it searches regardless.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
So that will be really nice for him.
And mana drain's very good against Morphling typically, right?
Yep.
So.
And if you look at the lineup of Waska, the biggest concern above all else against Medusa is they don't have much single target damage with the exception of Morphling. Ember as a mid-hero does a lot of damage over a long period of time to multiple heroes, but against Medusa, what you often want to do is you want to 100-0 her in something like a Roar. And if that is meant to happen, Pyke needs to be farmed, and ideally you would want to have a Diffusal Carrier, but you don't have any hero that can buy that item, really. Morphling, technically, can get it in his build later, but probably not worth it most of the time. So that's what they need to overcome. If they can get off to a good start and get some control of the map, and I think Beastmaster in particular is the hero to watch for that, if he does well enough that he can take some of the space away from Dusa, maybe you can get an item advantage and just beat her with farm. But as is being highlighted here, Laurel doing very well against
working him right now. Goodness.
This is a Storm favorite matchup, so I'm expecting Laurel to win, but probably not by like 3-1.
Yeah, this is pretty rough.
Oh man, I mean Mago's also just eating the Remnants, man. I think he took 3 in a row there. He has 2 in Flame Guard, so we'll block most of the damage, but might need to be a little bit careful.
Nice disruption into range creep tonight. That was cute.
Yep. Definitely so far so good for Spirit's lanes. And one of our favorite shared heroes, actually there's 2 of them in the same lineup here.
Yep.
Spirit are playing both Clockwork and Dawnbreaker. We both love those 2, and as we have a very shared sentiment on Dawnbreaker, this should be an insane game for that hero in theory in terms of aggressive usage of the ult. You want to play with reliable heroes that set you up to connect with the fight and have a global presence, and you have basically everyone in your team except Dusa does that very well. Hookshot into Cogs is a great setup, Storm is a great setup, and Lion has long enough lockdown that you can connect on any fight. And that means, by extension, that Malik will feel very comfortable farming a lot. Because, ironically for Dawnbreaker, what allows you to farm the most is if your teammates play as aggressive as possible. Since you just take all the farm that is left behind defensively on the map while your teammates are out aggressively postured, and you're part of every single fight anyway. So if they could get into that position, that would be really great. You imagine how Medusa and Dawn spread the map, and Medusa will play the Ancients heavy areas, and Dawn can take everything else, while the other 3 heroes of Spirit will be playing more aggressively outside on the opposing half of the map, ideally, if things go well.
So all the better if Laurel does come away with a pretty strong laning phase win, which 24-5 compared to the 14-0. As you said, Storm's your favorite matchup, but he is still kicking some butt here in the mid lane.
Yeah, this is definitely very good so far.
Strong start.
Important moment here.
Yep. Trying to get the water rune. Matthew He is... Oh, managed to get it inside Dark Mago's bottle instead. Laurel's going to die for this one because the water rune was snatched away. What a play.
Did he steal it with Sleight?
I think he might have.
Because I don't know if he was on top of the rune when it spawned. If he stole it with Sleight, that's super clutch, but... Nice play coming out from Dark Mago to basically recover mid. Now they're going to be neck and neck instead of him being significantly behind. And yeah, I think you're right. I think the water rune would have made all the difference because he popped a decently sized magic stick on the
Watch
storm.
it again here.
No, he just was next to it after the slight chains.
Huh.
So, but yeah, stealing that water rune. If Laurel would have had that health and Dark Mago didn't, I think that trade goes the other way.
Yeah.
So that's big. Now, by no means is Laurel going to be unable to lane after this death. There are some matchups where when you lose that moment there, it's really rough. Storm is still going to be completely fine, but the big picture in this game is that now Dark Mago will get a very timely level 7, and that's when Ember starts being very scary when he makes moves around the map. In this case, he will probably go 1-1-4-1, so level 4 Flame Guard for tower dives is very nice. And as good as Storm is at breaking that Flame Guard, the other lanes will take way longer to pierce through it and remove that damage.
Trying to go into Malik here. Get some tag team damage, nothing major. Satanic has lost half his mana already. Miposhka sitting on the side, not sure what he can do to be able to stop this Ember Spirit. But now the Ruse here, a two-man stun, might have just bailed this out, and they can get the turnaround kill on the Ember Spirit. Oh, big play from Rue. A very well-timed TP placement from him. And he gives over a Lotus to Satanic. How nice.
I think Miposhka actually took us back to ancient Rome there, just feeding mangoes to his Queen Medusa to keep her alive. That looked like there were double mango infusion coming into Satanic in that situation. Maybe one of them was a healing Lotus, but yeah, that's a problem. You committed so many resources, including the level 5 rotation of Ember. I was expecting him to stay mid until 7. And now with that failed attempt, he's still going to be 5 coming back to a level 6.5 Laurel.
I was sitting there wondering, why isn't he using cogs? Well, he doesn't have it leveled up. He went 2-0-1.
Yeah, that is pretty unusual. Trying to think why he would do that in this lane. Maybe they were using it to kill boars and hawks?
Yeah, might be.
Interesting choice nonetheless. But that for sure was the biggest moment of the game so far. That was a 3-hero rotation from Waska that backfired. They only lost 1 hero, but it was the most important one. It took them a lot of time. And Spirit responded with supports only. So both their Dawn and Storm got a lot of free time. And sitting healthy on the net worth charts now as a result on all 3 cores.
Wisdom runes get traded. Nothing special there.
Stupendous!
Looks like a bit of stacking going on in the jungle. Maybe we could see how many stacks both sides have been doing right now, because obviously Dusa always want to do some stacks. It's even.
3. Yeah, with Dusa, stacking starts becoming more interesting after she hits level, I don't know, I want to say 8 or 9, when you have more points in the split shot to really be efficient in the jungle. But now's the time that you definitely want to start doing it around one of the ancient camps to give her that extra boost later down the line. Miposhka, he skills cogs now, so he wasn't being all too crazy. If you went 2-0-2, I would start questioning my understanding of the hero.
Yeah.
But 2-1-1 is the standard.
Power rune spawn, it ends up being bottom, but Yudomi gets it away from Laurel. If he doesn't, and the Storm Spirit gets it, I would imagine Yudomi actually just dies.
Got it.
Yeah, if he pops it right away, he could have also saved it and looked for a later play in a side lane.
True.
The threat of kills around the map with a Storm amp damage rune and a Dawn ulti is... nobody is safe.
Yeah, how do you want to get aggressive if you're Waska, knowing that this Dawnbreaker ult is going to come in, unless you are going to rotate to the Dawnbreaker?
Yep.
The turnaround potential is so high. Satanic is too tanky for you to go on. And Laurel...
Sacred's too dead.
Sacred is very dead. Pulled back into the cogs, bounced a little bit. Sacred's not going to bother trying to use the Primal Roar. No point.
Yeah, this was just as Matthew backed off to start stacking the triangle. I wonder if this was part of the timing play from Spirit, that they were planning it around this, knowing that the stacking was going to come out.
And he blocks the hard camp stack from happening, and they're going to try and take the hard camp. Matthew, he's going to do what he can. Dark Mago's going to come in. Cogs pushes back the Shadow Demon, but accidentally grabbed the Ember Spirit inside. Maposhka's probably going to die for this one. Nowhere he can really run to, but Marl and Rue will still take that hard camp. Most of it, anyway.
Yeah. No, it's 2 Waska TPs and all of Matthew's mana. Well, still hasn't chosen a neutral item. Maybe he'll dig up a mango and then he can keep fighting. Let's see. He does take the shovel indeed. Dig. Could also dig up a water rune for Dark Mago if he wants to be a really good friend.
It's crazy how shovel, in my opinion, has been one of the best neutral items for a long time, and then they gave it guaranteed water rune whenever you want.
Yeah, they did nerf the health of it, right?
Yeah.
I think a couple of the tier 1 neutrals were toned down a little bit in tankiness. I would argue not enough, but you know me. Not all about that power creep.
Just digging up bounty runes is like so crazy.
You mean water runes?
Bounty runes.
Oh, I mean, it's been able to dig up water runes, bounty runes forever, right?
Yeah, I know. That's the part that I feel like has made it broken for the longest time.
Yeah, it's also one of those interesting things where it's such high variance.
Yeah.
If it's like I think the chance is like 20%, right? So if you get really lucky, you could get a decent amount of team gold in the first 10 minutes, or the first 10 minutes after you pick up the shovel. If you're unlucky, you get 0. And obviously the bounty rune on average is going to be easily the best thing you dig up. It just doesn't compare in quality to the other ones. And it also scales with time, so when you dig up bounty runes minute 16, it'll be even better. A bit late on the stack there, Matthew, unfortunately. But I'm sure if he would have stacked that somehow, it would have spawned behind the trees and blocked for the later anyway. So maybe that was good news.
Vodka Player does scout out that stack. Waska, I think, have kind of said, okay, if it's like, it's pretty hard to make kills happen with this Dawnbreaker ult ready to go and these heroes that we would be going on. So let's just try and farm until we get to a point. What that point is exactly, I don't know, but...
This doesn't feel like a winning strategy to me overall when you look at the hero matchups. You have Beastmaster and Ember. I feel like you want to take initiative and you want to bring your Beastmaster into the game. I don't think this hero is good when it's 6 on net worth. Beastmaster, in a lot of the games we've seen where it's taken over the game, whether it went Dom or Drums, it's by...
Right as they're cleaning up the final bit of this ancient instant Dawnbreaker ultimate on top of it. You could see Sacred just throw out the axes, trying to secure the last hits on the Ancients as they were all so low. A big movement from Team Spirit set up by Maposhka. They're not just going to get one, they might get Yodomi as well. Disruption buys him a little bit of time here. Rue's coming in with a haste rune, interesting enough. Nice Earth Spike hits the stun onto Yodomi, and Dark Mago gets the kill on both of them. Now they're going to chase down.
I don't know if Pike gets out of this one either. He has to be really clever with this waveform. He might not have Mont. He does.
He does. He jumps into the Storm Sphere, pushes him back immediately. Good hit.
He's all right. That could have got spicy. If they could have somehow chain stunned him a little bit more during the mana drain, maybe they get him out of range. But yeah, this is not looking great this early game from Waska. Only really the Morphling is having a good time. Beastmaster would have loved to be top 3 or top 2 net worth right now and have taken the tower 13 minutes in, but not even close to putting any pressure. Spirit just seemed like they have a brick wall up there. That's an interesting part about the Dusa versus Beastmaster matchup, actually, is that Dusa is one of the hardest carries to take the tower against.
Yep. Because
she's just so tanky, you have to get through her, and she's very easy to back up for the allies, so... I feel like the Beastmaster matchup against Dusa might not be the best, but on the flip side, I've also seen games where Beastmaster pops off, and then you are, in theory, one of the better heroes against Dusa if you do successfully get the tower. Because then you keep the pressure up and you constrict the opposing team, take away map control, which Dusa desperately needs to stay farming. But yeah, when things are going this way, it can't be fun being Sacred right now. You kind of just feel like he's just farming his own side of the map as Beast. That's not even plan B, man.
Nope. I would imagine, like, again, that they're waiting for a timing, and I would think that Home of the Overlord is that timing.
It's so far away.
Yeah, having been ganked and having that timing slowed down so much, I have to feel like maybe they should make a move. I don't know where, I don't know how, but right now, the current state of the game is not good for them. Their Ember Spirit gets picked off in the mid lane. It's a 5,000 net worth lead for Team Spirit now.
Look how far ahead Medusa is already. It's scary. And the other two cores are super happy as well. I mean, every hero on Spirit's team is ahead of the counterpart on the other side. Very nice execution here. Just nice layering of spells, or staggering, I should say. Find Matthew in a similar fashion. Storm plus Lion.
Just do
and
not have
Yadomi came in to try to help. Now he is in trouble. Maybe a counterplay.
They're going to go for the Storm Spirit. Oh, he zips, but he is in the back lines. Dark Mago might still be able to catch him with a slight. Dawnbreaker ultimate's going to be used, doesn't save the support. Now Waposhka's on the run. And he's got a hook shot to get him some distance here. Maybe at best he can hope for a TP away, but in depth strike is going to put it in that. Double kill. All right. Waska gets something to work with. They trade up a little bit, but not too bad. Somehow it's still 5,000, now 6,000 net worth lead for Team Spirit despite that fight. I thought it was a good one.
Yeah, but Satanic wasn't involved. So while that fight was going on, he farmed like several hundred gold and Pyke was fighting. So you're not really... It doesn't really feel like a win unless it's more convincing than that. And I think it was also in total a 2-for-2 exchange on heroes, right? Clock died, and was it Clock Lion?
Yeah, I guess they got the Clock at this.
It was Clock Lion for, yeah, it was just a port exchange, right? But it was a 5v4. Or it was a 4v4, but Beast doesn't farm as fast as Dusa does.
Yeah.
So you are passively just winning regardless.
Parun ends up being bottom.
And this is for Dark Mago. Still can't but feel like this is not an acceptable game state for Waska, having taken 0 towers minute 16 with Beastmaster. It seems like the type of game where they're going to have to try to force something that feels bad to do, but it's better than just farming. And it looks like it's time. Beastmaster's starting to push up top now, so looks like the call has been made to get to work. See if they can... The ideal thing here, honestly, is that Spirit don't respond. Because I think they would rather just get the tower for free than have to fight for it. But, well, damn, they really are ruining Dark Mago's game with his Lion.
Yeah.
He has a dagger now.
Didn't the last series that we watched yesterday of Waska, didn't Dark Mago just get bullied by like constant rotations? I remember thinking like, man, they just aren't letting him have a game.
Yeah.
Hurricane back. Nice use there. Dawnbreaker ultimate once again. It's going to come too late to save Rue's life. Yadomi disruption. Now a demonic purge on... Yeah, they've got Malik.
Well, he has Armlet.
He does have Armlet. Tries to channel into Sacred. He's going to be hit by the hook shot. O'Neal a little damage to finish him off. Laurel will commit to be able to get the Galvanized stack. Now tries to zip away. A blood grenade to try and slow down the Morphling, but he's got the damage.
Big
Double kill for Matthew. And using the Storm Spirit's morph to try and slow down and catch the Clockwork as well. Nicely done. Waska are going to find a third kill out of this. Took a little bit, but we got there.
Yep.
Another fight that the Medusa is not at, though, so the net worth still doesn't move.
This one was still better overall, though. I think something else happened simultaneously. Otherwise... Because they won enough out of that fight that I would say that was definitely worth it. But I don't know what Spirit got in the meantime to compensate, because this is like a 2,000 swing in just the kill gold. Dusa did not farm 2,000 gold in that minute, I'll tell you that. But, what was there? It was just a D ward, right? Oh, they took a tower.
Tower and a server ward.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it adds up, right?
Yeah.
But that was the first really good move from Waska this game in terms of outcome. They're gonna need more than that, though. Satanic is reaching scarily early Butterfly Manta here. 273 CS minute 18.
Do you think the Butterfly is Do you think you should start using this Deuce now that you have Butterfly? That's usually an item people want to be able to start fighting with a bit. Or do you want to wait for Scotty?
They can. I don't know if I want to say should. It really depends if Waska make them.
Okay.
More so than anything. If Waska are going to force objectives where Dusa wants to get involved, this is the exact example of that. But it gets scouted out by the Rocket Flare, but they're too late. This will break into a fight probably, though. Now that Dusa has rotated, I don't... Almost stole it. I don't think Spirit are going to let them just free escape this.
Yep, Satanic is getting in front of them, trying to make himself a target. Immediate disruption, hook shot onto the Shadow Demon. They're quick to jump that back line. Laurel, Dawnbreaker ultimate going out here, trying to make sure the Storm Sphere is going to be okay. Laurel doing big damage. Oh, it got caught in the slight and does end up dying. They trade out 2 for 2 on the left-hand side. Stoneform goes out. Oh, the Morphling almost dying. And look at Rue, he's punching him. Get him, Lion. All right, he didn't get him. He didn't do a thing. And Satanic is now surrounded by 3 heroes. Will run out of mana. It's not a good fight at all.
The fight's not over yet. He has 20 stick.
Oh, he does. You're right. He might be able to somehow get them all low enough that...
No. He pushed him to Ember. Oh,
scary,
that was
scary. Okay, they did it. They did it. They kited him out very nicely. No cores lost.
So Waska, finally, by going Roche, they force the fight. It becomes a 5-on-5. They have the Aegis advantage, and they needed it. They barely scraped by with a victory there, despite having the Aegis.
Look at Baposhka. He knows all these heroes are low.
Oh my god,
oh my god, oh my god,
no!
he got him!
No!
Oh, just the absolute sickest 5-position clockwork you play in has seen in a minute. God, that was so cool.
I want to see how much experience he got for that. I hope we get a replay of that. I think he got a level in something, right?
He got 2,200 experience.
He's almost level 12. He's level 9. Look at his XP.
Yeah.
2 full levels.
Dude, I cannot believe he made it that far without the smoke breaking or anything. That was crazy.
Was it a smoke?
Or was it Invis?
It was Invis rune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what a timely and lucky situation to find yourself in. It's one I mean, everything. The stars had to align for that. He needs to get the right rune. Morph needs to be morphed all the way down, and he needs to not walk through a sentry. And all of those things happened. And he will get the big reward. And on top of that, as if he wasn't lucky enough, he's also going to get the jetpack. So this Clockwork is having a wonderful game now, all of a sudden.
Level 12 with jetpack and force staff. This is not a Clockwork that hook shots and dies instantly.
No, exactly. He has a ton of plays to make now with this amount of net worth.
Which usually means this sort of thing snowballs. You survive engagements, you get more levels.
Times?
So many disables to lead into the Dawnbreaker ultimate. Not even needed.
They are ruining Dark Mago. It's good for him that they found that top fight at the very least, so he got something done, because he has been on the receiving end of so many Storm Lion plays so far in this game.
Got a reaction out of mid. Looks like Conda is going to be the build-up for Morphling.
Yep, pretty standard against Medusa. I think it's some of the hardest single target damage per second you can get. If every adaptive strike with Conda goes on Dusa, eventually you'll pierce through her mana shield. I feel like there was a phase where Morphlings were going Disperser.
I remember that.
But I don't know. Maybe the item got nerfed too much to really be a valuable response. The other thing about this is it can't miss.
True.
Against the Butterfly. So that adaptive is a guaranteed hit.
And a lot of times against Dusa, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, the Dusa is too tanky for us to go on. Let's just kill everybody else first.
Yeah,
and
that's the other way of looking at it.
He can come into the fight and maybe one-shot Rue.
Oh yeah, killing Lion is probably the best entry into a fight that Waska can possibly get.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of what happened in that fight in the top left corner of the map after they killed Roche. If you noticed, Lion and Clockwork jumped in simultaneously on the left side. So they kind of isolated themselves away from their own teammates, and Waska just got a quick, clean pickup on the supports there. And that's what led to a good fight, was that all of that utility from Spirit wasn't available all the time. The net worth lead right now is basically carry versus carry. There's about 5k between them.
Dire's middle tower
Well,
has fallen.
he is going to get the Scotty soon, and then that's usually, where Dusa really starts picking up. You start slowing people in these team fights, or team fight impact becomes a lot larger as a result. But Aghanims is done for the Beastmaster, Rod for Dark Mago. I'm surprised that Malik isn't more farmed, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a bit of an outlier here. He's 2-2-6. He has had... Medusa has taken a lot of space, to be fair, as they find Rue here. Nice pick. Pike will finish that one. But yeah, Medusa has taken a lot of space, so Malik will probably not have as much as he would have had with maybe some other carry heroes, but still... Was not expecting him to be lowest core net worth minute 25 with how this started out.
And the fact that he's going more of a right-click build, which means you also clear through neutrals faster and so on and so forth. But yeah. BKB window coming in for all of these heroes soon. You've got the BKB for Larl now here, and I believe Malik has his done as well. There it is. Okay, so double BKB and Scotty done.
And all of these items come simultaneously with the Ember's Gleipnir. So that's really unfortunate for him that if he had that 1 minute earlier, this upcoming move that Waska want to make to activate this item would have been so much stronger. But again, all of these kills on Dark Mago that they found, the 5 deaths that he has, have stifled his game quite a bit. In spite of that, he's only 1,000 behind Storm, which is actually very surprising to me. But yeah, that 1,000 gold, it's 2 minutes on that item. Things could be looking quite different. Spirit are eager to look for trouble. They don't have an Aegis, but doesn't seem to matter. Oh, Dark Mago, not again, and again.
Hook-shotted. Yeah.
Oh, they might get an extra here.
Yep, Demonic Purge placed on Aru, and all of a sudden Matthew realized this is error. This is a full stack of Team Spirit. They got their double BKB, they got their Scotty, and immediately just try and force any sort of fight they can find. They get one next to the mid-tier 2, and maybe take that objective.
I think Satanic will finish this off before backdoor kicks in.
Now he's going to go Aghanims after next item. Do you like that over just going straight to Daedalus, straight to physical damage?
I'm not sure. What's the... There's no, obvious benefit to me here of having the Petrify on the Snake. It's a nice EHP item for Dusa. She just benefits a lot from the stats.
Sure.
But in some of the games that we've seen Dusa do this, it's because she has had a secondary carry-type mid. We saw Ame do it, for example, when he was playing for the mid-sniper. And most of the games where Dusa have gone for Ags have been in winning positions, as a, close the game out kind of thing. So maybe that's just all this is.
Yeah, I would say Storm Spirits in the past maybe wouldn't fit that description, but the Storm Spirit of this meta certainly does.
Yeah.
With Konda and the Shard and everything else.
Maybe it's also nice in the carry-to-carry matchup against Moore.
Radiant's top tower is under
It might not sound like a lot to get that little duration of Petrify, but if you're just standing and delivering and throwing out snakes, they purge him. You're going to be able to commit.
Jump in from Larl, grabs the Beastmaster, hook shot at Chainstun, no, picked up on the snowball. Oh, the Dawnbreaker ultimate lands, they still get the Chainstuns, the Beastmaster cannot get the Primal Roar off. You certainly see there is not a lack of disables on the side of Team Spirit. Perhaps they drift a little bit too far. Get a grab on a Pike. Pike quickly kills Rue. Buyback from Sacred. They are behind a tier 2 tower. Immediate roar onto the Storm Spirit, and they chain-stun him down. They are killing everybody else. Now they're focused on Satanic. Satanic, though, getting a really good snake off. Stuns a bunch of heroes. Looks like he can't win this. Oh, wait. Did you want him up there? Okay, it's fine. They got it. Nobody worry about it. Waska have to throw a lot of buybacks at it, but they do close out the fight in the end.
That was a very unnecessary dive. I think that Spirit just got over-eager because they found 2 kills, but it's not on the huge cores. It's on a Beastmaster and a Tusk, and they don't know about the buyback status. So they do commit a little bit deeper, and the moment they were outside the enemy tier 3 with the tier 2 still up, Waska are like, what if we just buy back and sandwich them? And that was just way too easy. So a little bit just unnecessary from Spirit. I think they were already winning that position super hard when they killed the first 2 heroes and took the tower, and they could have just taken a free Rosh. And then we would be looking at a 12k gold lead and an Aegis. But now, Waska at least keeping hope alive. Not a good position to be in, but much, much better than it looked just 2 minutes prior.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Waska haven't tried to see if Rosh is up.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've got a long window. The Dusa, we saw from that fight recap, Dusa is doing all the damage in the team fights.
Yeah, the fact that they caught the Storm with the Roar was pretty much sealed the deal there.
Dire are scanning.
I was expecting the Roar and the Dusa, but I think roaring the Storm there was probably the better call. Watching just how tanky Dusa was afterwards.
Yeah.
They might not even have killed her during the Roar, and then Storm would have output all of
Dire are
his.
scanning.
Oh, this is going to be awkward. Rosh is swapping sides in 20 seconds. I don't know if Spirit can do this in time. They have cogs, though.
They have cogs.
Yeah,
They have a bunch of disables.
They even Finger of Death.
And Rue starts punching it.
There it is! Fist of Death. This is why you take it. So you can Finger of Death Rosh.
Of course.
They still have to cog?
All makes
Oh, they Hex, alright. Okay. Well, it was hard to kill Satanic before. I have to do it twice. Do you like putting it on the Dusa over Storm here?
If you're going to go high ground, yes. If you do not plan on going high ground, I think it should have gone strong.
I don't know if they can kill Medusa once if her team is alive. And her team is going to be alive if Storm has the Aegis, right?
Yeah.
Because then he can play super aggro, give all the vision, and find the
Dire's
picks,
bottom
but
tower is under attack.
both versions are good for different reasons. This one is definitely
Dire's
stable.
structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under
Waska
attack.
will not get the tower, but they will get good ward out and some good map placement for their heroes to maybe make an aggressive move if they have another
Dire's
smoke.
bottom tower has fallen.
It's a little bit on fire, though.
Radiant's top tower is under
To push
attack.
that out. Not because the tower is going to take a lot of damage, but because you don't want the enemy team to have this access point and this information for too long. I was actually expecting Ember to TP back and deal with this, but
Same.
they'll let it do itself. Oh, he didn't have to. He just got it up now.
He's almost level 20. It's a pretty decent bump in damage, especially if you get the double impact on the right person. There's level 20 for the Medusa with the Stone Gaze duration.
The 20 morph talent is so good. It's crazy good.
Remember when the 20 talent for Medusa used to be like 800 mana or something stupid? That was a dumb one.
Wait, wasn't that 25?
Maybe.
That might have been a weaker 20 version, and then they pushed it to 25.
Yeah, it might have been. That might be it.
But yeah, the Morphling one, he used to have waveform attacks targets, right? And that one got nerfed as well, down to 75%.
Yep. Yeah.
But still, even after the nerf, it's still just ridiculously good. I think it's one of the best carry talents in the entire game,
Radiant's bottom
given
tower
what
is
time
under
you get
attack.
it. Satanic.
2.5 minutes left on the Aegis, so Team Spirit take this tier 2.
This is total smoke and mirrors, by the way. He's completely alone.
Yeah.
There isn't a single teammate within 10,000 range of this Dusa. So the only thing she could get would be a Dawn ulti to protect her, but Satanic is just going to play off of, well, what are you guys going to do about it? When he has the Aegis, that play exists. And they don't even bother. Risk reward. I don't even know if you want to call it a bluff.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they could kill him twice with a Dawn ulti.
I also wonder that, which leads back to, okay, once you complete this data list, you go high ground, right?
I would think so. This is a nice timing where you get this item with 2 minutes left on the second life. So yeah, I would definitely be in favor of just picking a lane, and let's see if Waska are up to the challenge this time. If they can repel this push, I have pretty high hopes for them, actually, for this game. Because Morph will reach a point that he can start truly taking over this. Taking over might be an exaggeration, but at least stand his ground. But this will be a really big test for their team. Minute and a half, they will have to kill the Dusa. They can't wait for the Aegis to expire. It's too long.
How are they possibly... They either need to get an initiation onto the back line, which requires like a smoke wraparound, or they have to poke this Dusa down.
Instant mana drain the illusions away. Backdoor protection will disappear now.
Morphling does not want to come back.
I don't think he has a choice.
Look at him, they're just feeding him mana.
Top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Wonder how fast you can refill Medusa's mana with Lion and Pugna together.
I don't know, but it's not filling it very quickly right now. They're actually burning through. The Ember Spirit's still going to go forward, though. Attack the back line. Roar being attempted on Laurel. Doesn't quite get it. May have to roar something else here. At this rate, Dark Mago is almost dead. Chucked away to his Remnant. Dawnbreaker ultimate coming in. Mago barely got out. A slam? No, he finally roars it up, and it kills the Dawnbreaker. Satanic's coming back in with the Stone Gaze, but he's kind of being ignored right now. They're chasing after Laurel with the Snowball. He has a Force Staff to get him away. Hook shot to catch the Tusk. He will die. Two heroes that do not have buyback. Aegis will expire in 15 seconds.
Damn. Dark Mago tanked everything he could before he jumped away. And yeah, the Ember and Morph getting the job done, but Beastmaster, pitiful numbers. 800 damage in that fight. Despite getting Roar off, his net worth is not outputting very much damage in the fight.
No.
And
I mean, you have Ags, and if you don't get off the Roar at all until the very end of the fight, then your drums are kind of useless.
Yeah. And mind you, this was a fight where Medusa wasn't even hitting anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was just a very isolated... It was a nice jump from Waska to find an angle on the backline so Satanic wasn't involved, and a ton of the gold that they have is not being put to use in the fight. But at the same time, when you jump the backline like that, you're also not bringing all your artillery. They didn't find a way to structure that fight in a way that gave them a flat-out, clear outnumber.
Axe done for the Storm Spirit. So a big initiation tool upgrade, level 25 soon for the Medusa, so we can get the split shot, uses modifiers. Or maybe you want the Gorgon's Grass Volley.
How does that even work?
It just has a fourth even bigger circle.
Oh, it just makes one more circle?
Yes, it makes one more circle. It's terrible.
Wow, that is so bad.
It's really
That could
bad.
be a level 10 talent almost. Like, no joke.
Like, even if you're playing support Dusa, like, if you get level 25 on support Dusa, like, surely you probably have
He got the
some
BKB off
item.
before the Roar, he will be fine.
Dawnbreak ultimate just to make sure BKB instantly going out from Malik. They're going to see if they can get out.
Both BKBs
Lightyear's going to catch Storm, but he's still able to zip away before there's any follow-up disable. Now Satanic has rejoined them, and Waska is not itching to take that kind of fight.
Satanic has Disperser too. He's close to being maxed out. Okay.
Go for Rue, pops him. Rue just standing out in the open there. Well, Team Spirit are caught in trying to decide whether or not they want to retreat or not. Laurel is stuck inside the chains, but he's finally able to zip away. Hook shot, attempted. Dark Mago not hit by that one as he comes out of the disruption. He starts walking away. Mal gets demolished. Pake is beginning to go to work here. So Satanic, though. He's killing Sacred. Laurel gets the grab onto the Morphling and it kills him.
So far ahead of Dusa. Like, these fights from Waska are actually pretty good. It's just such a tough numbers game when Satanic has 10,000 net worth on your Morph and just stands his ground.
He is A-clicked. And that's all he needs to do.
They killed the Lion instantly, and the Dawn as well as Storm had BKB cooldowns just from the initiation at the base, from the Roar, and still, they just cannot pierce through this Medusa.
Oh, that was a cool play. Disruption and Shard blocking him in against his own illusions, but he also demonic purged himself, so when the bounce back snake came at him, he didn't get turned to stone.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, they take down the banner. They defend. So again, admirable fights here from Waska, doing a lot of things right.
Yeah,
and the good news is the Dusa won't get much bigger than this.
Yeah, she's gonna eat an Ags and get MKB for the butterfly on the Morphling. And then you can get like Moonshard or Refresher, but you're really capping out at that point. So you said if they can defend, you have high hopes for them. They obviously haven't defended like completely cleanly or anything. Where do you feel like Waska stand in this game now?
It's not great. If they could have held that top lane and won that fight earlier and not lost any barracks, and if they could have killed Medusa in one of those 2 fights,
Yeah.
that would have been a real difference maker. She's worth so much gold.
Radiant are scanning.
But they just
Radiant
can't
are
make it through.
scanning.
That if that base defense would have led to some sort of a, not necessarily a team wipe, but a Dusa kill and another 1 or 2 collateral, I think it could have looked quite good. But now this is definitely, they're still on the receiving end all in all. And now the question is what Satanic is going to do, and Spirit as a whole. Are they going to wait for the next Roche? Early spawn is in a minute. Actually, it's a guaranteed spawn, excuse me, in a minute. And they know that too, because it's almost a maximum spawn timer. So they will get that, and they will try to get it on the Radiant side. Waska, as a result, are starting to push out bottom heavily. But looks like Spirit are just drawing the lines to go push. Okay.
Try and force them back inside their base, and then they take the Roshan area, perhaps?
Maybe. I guess they're just making the read here that Waska are out preparing for the Radiant side Roshan.
I mean, they do have good info thanks to Miposhka's Aghanim Scepter. Good use of the Glimmer Cape. Dodge the snake. Pull back in with Dawnbreaker Ultimate. They hit a shield rune on the Storm Spirit, so he felt like he could just go in, and he was totally right about that. They killed the 2 supports, and Pike, he went in and he just instantly got hexed up and killed. He has no buyback, no way to play this one. Without the Morphling, they just do not have damage anymore. Team Spirit are just going to end the game. Rampage incoming for Satanic, perhaps? Failing that, demolishing the towers will do.
Well, turns out they did not need an Aegis cap. They just...
No.
Oh, it might still be Rampage? No, he didn't get the kill. I'm not sure if the timer was still alive. But...
Yeah, the timer's definitely on by now, I think.
All right. Oh, Spirit will take game 1 in...
No, he got the kill, but the Rampage timer was out. We figured out all the little nicks and crannies of this pick, surely, right?
Well, Boxy had, I don't know how many games of experience of 4 Huskar. And that didn't go very well. But this is Terrorblade. An even worse hero. Therefore, who knows? Now, I'm genuinely curious to see how this one's going to work out. I guess the lane matchup itself, Terrorblade against Dusa, should be good for the Terrorblade. So then it's about how the supports interact. It's going to be Muerta versus the Ench.
Battle begins.
I think Adomi can get a lot done in that lane. It feels like Ench can, if she finds the right creeps, can really have a meaningful impact up there.
Boxy had 6 pubs of Huskar, 4-position Huskar before Liquid picked it.
Yeah.
You've only got 2 runs of this Terrorblade. I don't know. I'm not convinced, but we'll see. As the panel was talking about, it's a build where you max out Reflection. One game he went regular TB items. The other one he did go pipe, which is, I believe, what you should be going on this hero. If you are going to do it 4-position, but or 3-position, but we'll see.
Yeah, I guess the upside to considering a right-click build is that you have Ogre. So if you do get farmed enough, then you're basically playing 2 carries.
True.
Has pretty crazy potential later down the line. And when your safe lane is technically a hero that functions very well in the off lane in the Bristleback, there is room for some consideration of different item builds here. But I do think it's a valid concern that, well, if you have no auras, how is your mid-game going to look like against this absolute mid-game powerhouse that Waska have drafted? Yeah. Sand King, Dusa, Doom, all these heroes that get like 1 to 2 items and then really find major impact. Might have to be prepared for that. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting, to say the least. But we're going to see this off lane, the mid lane matchup.
Sand King favored for sure.
Sand King versus Earth Spirit, and you can already see Dark Mago is beginning to run away with it a little bit.
Yep. He opted for Sand Shroud. I think we almost only see Sand Shroud now.
Yeah.
Not so much Dust Devil as Rue is screwed.
Hey.
Alright, that was a bit of a stretch. So is this Terrorblade pick. Okay. Shut up, Cap. Give it a chance. It might be really good. Don't be so negative.
I was about to say, usually I'm the pessimist in this duo, but called it worse than support Huskar, which is really saying something.
Let's give it a shot. I genuinely think it could turn out really good, but it is. I think Terrorblade in general. The problem is, we've had patches where Terrorblade has been a good hero, and then you flexed it to support, and we've seen it flex to. I even think I've seen mid once, maybe.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
This is a patch where Terrorblade is regarded as a weak hero. So, you know, the overall potential of a hero when you flex it, if it's not a good meta for it because of stats or because of, you know, what other teams are playing, because of the pace of the game, whatever it is, the chance that it's going to work better in a flex role is obviously, I would say, also lower. So,
okay,
but so far so good in the lane. He's doing well.
Maybe it's not a good hero in this patch because people are going the wrong items.
That's possible.
So what do you think about this?
Okay.
Shadowblade Dagon. Bring it back.
You can't bring something back that was never done.
That was a Dota 1 build. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's not pro Dota.
You go and you feed yourself to Roshan, and then you come out of the pit at 10% HP. You go find somebody while you're Shadowbladed, you sunder them, dagon them, boom.
It's like saying bring back Shadow Amulet AFK for 10 minutes. Because you're like, yeah, I used to see that in my games. That's not
I saw Chappie do it all the time. That was a professional player.
That was not a pro game. But you are right. At least he did. He was an enjoyer of the hiding.
Oh, nice dodge there on the grasp.
Not the easiest spell to land.
Running around with no mana, but I guess he does have stick charges and 2 mangoes. And Yodomi has mangoes to give him. So they're ready if Team Spirit overcommit on this Dusa.
Seems like every core in the game is doing quite well with the exception of Doom. Struggling the most on the CS here is Sacred, but the wave is coming into his tower, so I imagine he'll pick up at least a couple here. I have to say, though, it is weird seeing them pick Bristle and Terrorblade, and then it's not Satanic on the TV. There's something about this that is going to take a little bit to get used to, I guess. One of his absolute best heroes, and almost exclusively played in the role that he's playing, but they're still not going to run it on him.
I mean, if Valk ends up going more of a carry build, it'll be very interesting, because Team Spirit, not just hero-wise, but just like the way they have played Dota has been such a 4 protect 1 style that if they try and give Malik a little bit more space and farm to like carry the game, it'll be an interesting little wrinkle in this development of Team Spirit have gotten better and better throughout this tournament. Or maybe it'll just be a failed experiment.
So when you reflect Dusa,
yeah,
does she split shot?
I assume so.
What if she toggles it off?
Then I assume not.
Okay, so there's actually play potential there.
Yeah, kind of like the Radiance when you disrupt disruption sort of deal.
It might be a bit of a stretch to expect him to do it, but I actually think it could be one of those things that has pretty major impact. It's relatively predictable when Terrorblade is going to reflect. So if you see him entering the fight, you toggle it off. If you end up firing 1 or 2 shots without multi-shot, so what, right? But if you end up not reflecting a good Medusa reflection onto her team, I think that could be very impactful. Because obviously he gets that 1 or 2 tries in the fight where he gets it off and she can just toggle as much as she likes.
Waska making a move here. Oh, I thought they were. Oh no, just the bounty rune. I thought, you know, you're in the neighborhood, Sacred's playing kind of forward, they're probably going to go on him. But the Sand King has more important business. And that's in the jungle. Laurel is going to be the one to show up instead, instantly gets hexed. No use for the amp damage rune here.
Now it's about to be time. Know what time it is? Look at your clocks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
It's 20 seconds away from 7.
Gotcha.
Of course.
Rue is in position.
The luckiest number.
And absolutely nothing will happen on the...
Radiant's
Oh,
Nice
almost kicked him out of the
try.
sandstorm.
Oh, that was actually very close. That would have been cute. He might have been able to kill him. Or at least force a TP out.
Yeah, he's still at magnetize.
Yeah. I think if he magnetizes him there, he has to TP away if he's out of the sandstorm.
I haven't
He does
seen
have-
any split shot happening yet.
He has it toggled off.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'll try to keep an eye on it. So what's the cooldown of Reflection level 4? Is it 10 seconds or something?
It's pretty
14.
low.
Does he have a talent to improve that?
14
yeah.
and
so it's
last
9.
5.
It's 9 when you're level 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, that's over 50% of the time you are reflected in team fights. Because it'll be a 9-second cooldown and a 5-second duration.
You're going to remove the first one with Manta, though.
True,
right?
yeah.
So it's going to take a little bit of time to get that up and running, but it might be really strong. Mago, phase boots, hard to reach. Now it's Power Rune time, but a lot of backup from the Spirit Heroes. Get out. Rune's top, and looks like Ench will just be taking this one out of the picture.
Well, so far this build, Malik, when he went for Falcon Blade... oh no, he went the Falcon Blade both times. So never mind.
Solid damage.
Yeah, a little bit of mana regen for a hero that definitely needs it.
Dire's middle tower.
Turn back around to deal with Mago. Mago chasing after them. Good Earth Spike. Hits onto 2. The line's going to die for this one. Almost got Malik. Malik, he can't find a Thunder option.
Oh, he was made animation.
So close to being able to get it off you. Domi almost dies, does die, as Rue throws out the blood grenade at him. And Mago's been sitting here thinking about an epicenter for quite a long time. They're going to take their stack.
If he could have somehow sundered the Sand King, I think they crushed that team fight.
Yeah.
But at the very least, for Waska, they do get the Terrorblade. That will be the end of that. Satanic not involved, nor is Sacred. And we've seen Sacred on Doom this tournament before. I think the game we cast, he had a very, very bad laning stage. Just a bad matchup.
Just landed all the stuns here. Rue's going to die for this one.
Okay. Why did they stick around? I wasn't even paying attention. I thought they were going to leave this area after they took the stack.
Not sure exactly.
All right, well, there you go, Waska. Now, it doesn't matter that you lost your stack. You just got 2 kills for nothing. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Doom. So we cast a game with Sacred Doom. I think he was playing against Crystal as Monkey King, if I remember correctly. It was like Monkey King Disruptor lane or something really, really bad. And he didn't have much of a game. But Sacred is a very good Doom player when he gets to actually play the hero. And this time around, it has a game. So, as much as you might like the Terrorblade against Medusa, you can opt to just Doom the TB and be done with it.
True.
Then you don't really have to worry about it very much. But more than likely will be more eager to Doom the man on your screen right now. As I have been told, he is no longer a boy. Thanks for that, Tsunami. Important update.
Yeah, Tsunami keeps close track of those.
So Waska with a 2K lead. Much, much better than the last game. And don't want to think too much about the Terrorblade being the cause of this, because honestly, they've just done better in lanes this time around. It hasn't really been the inability of the offlaner to make moves, because Sacred hasn't moved. So it hasn't been the offlaner difference that really did it.
Sure.
But especially the mid lane is just a major discrepancy here. 1300 advantage for Dark Mago and the Sand King versus Earth Spirit matchup.
I mean,
good lane.
I could still say there's a bit of an off-lane diff. Doom stays in his lane, and by staying in his lane, he threatens the enemy carry off of that lane.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't think Terrorblade's doing that to do so.
I guess you're right. That is probably about 500 of this lead, I would imagine. So that's that is probably worth giving some credit to.
Still find though, Satanic can be just as efficient in the jungle, and is working towards this Aghanim Scepter. But it kind of looks like we're in for another slow game, though this time around I don't feel bad for Waska.
No.
Right? It's like last time it felt like they're, Spirits farming, and they're gaining more and more advantage. This time around they've got Doom, they've got Dusa, and they're still being more active than game 1 and finding kills. It's 5-2. They're taking a tower.
Yeah, if the lineup with Doom and Medusa is playing the fastest, then you know what kind of a game it is.
Dire's top tower is under
So
attack.
far, very nice here for Waska. Now going forward in this game, I also don't really favor Spirit late
Dire's
game.
middle tower is under
I think.
attack.
Like, these Dire heroes scale like absolute monsters. All 5 of them, by the way. Sometimes we don't pay enough heed to the impact of a position for late game, but both the Lion as well as the 5-inch can become semi-carries in their own right almost. Lion will not do it through damage, but more through ridiculous amounts of control fights.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And Deuce, Doom, Sand King don't really need any explanation why these heroes are good late, so. Gotta say, I'm a bit worried for Spirit. They're trying something new. And so far, it is one of the worst early games they've had.
But recoverable because they have managed to do that before. And it's going to be largely off the bat of this man right here, Laurel. He's the playmaker from the mid lane, and they find an opening onto the Doom. They've got him inside the calling. They chain up the disables. He's pushed into a little corridor there where the calling's just going to keep hitting him. Very nicely executed by Team Spirit. Good pick off and their first real offensive entrance into this team fight, or into this game. Let's see if they can get into an actual team fight, though. Satanic's going to start pushing in mid. And Mago thinks better of his epicenter, as he's done a few times now.
Yeah, the moment he started channeling that, I was like, dude, this is not even remotely close. So, makes sense. He stopped that. Miposhka will get out. Fast chicken. Yay! Not bad.
I just need you. I don't have a high enough register to do the other part, so that's why I need you, Sin.
I'm not gonna do it. I can't when you're watching.
Sin's been doing it on and off for like the last like 4 or 5 days. And then I call him to step up on the broadcast. And he gets shy.
Don't tell on me. I don't do that.
All right,
First tower for Spirit. They will get, and it will indeed be the pipe for Terrorblade, almost completed. And the axe on Bristle.
All right,
so
a lot of things are coming together.
Yeah. That team fight that you're talking about must be on the doorstep soon for Waska. There's no way that Spirit itemized like this and don't put it to use.
Do you think you
Was that a dagger on Doom? It was, right?
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Do you delay or Bloodstone on Bristleback because you're matched up against Doom? Do you reconsider Bloodstone at all? Or is it just like, nah, it's too good for the hero, just force Doom to Doom Bristleback all the time?
It's probably too good for the hero. Nice catch here onto Rue, completely free.
And with the haste rune, they could, well, I would say look for more, but they're running into a Bristleback. That's not a hero you probably want to go on. Ever.
I'll take your treatment.
Looks like Spirit want to go somewhere. Interesting movement here. There's no tower to claim, but they're still running 4 heroes up top and just flat out offering themselves up to Waska. Come on, let's fight.
Sacred sitting on the side here is going to be spotted in the trees. Kick away on the Doom. He's up to the high ground now, and Laurel starts rolling away. The Bristleback, looks like they actually are going to try and focus him down here. They throw out the Doom. Immediate Sunder goes out. So now the Doom is on cooldown, and I guess so too is the Sunder. They have a pretty close cooldown.
I wonder if this was part of the Terrorblade pick.
I 100% think
that they were thinking, we like this hero against Deuce as an offlaner in theory, and we know our Bristle is going to get doomed all game, and this is the one heal that you can't doom away.
I honestly think they baited the pick.
It's a pretty interesting idea to use it specifically for that. Oh, Mago channeling it up.
Does manage to hit the Doom. Pike running out of mana right now. Gets away off the Stone Gaze, and Laurel, who was in deep there, gets blown up by the Finger of Death, and Team Spirit don't get anything in return because the Stone Gaze kept them all at bay for a little while. Looks like they'll finally be able to run down Yodomi, but it cost Satanic quite a healthy amount of his mana. Dark Mago, once again, just will not pull the trigger on that epicenter, and understandably so, it's probably the wrong move.
They can't kill Sand King without Doom. They have no damage.
Radiant's
Excuse me, Bristleback.
Bristleback, yeah.
So That's one thing Waska's lineup is really lacking in, is single target damage. They have a really good amount of spread damage with Deuce and Sanking, but when push comes to shove, killing this Bristle requires the Doom.
Gotta get out of there. Shield Rune will protect him from damage, and he is able to blink away as a result.
All of these TPs got canceled out, so this tower is gone. And they still chase. Okay.
Still going after him. And he can only burrow strike so far away now without having Shield Rune to protect him.
Centaur?
Beautiful stun.
Well played to the neutrals. Quad stun. Stunned more heroes this game than Dark Mago. That's probably,
what did you turn into?
That's probably not true. No, it's just funny because he's canceled his blink like 7 times, right? Or his ult. Yeah. But he's had a couple good burrow strikes, so I'm just kidding. But yeah, no epi really yet. Has he even used the ult? I don't think so. I think he's...
yeah, I think maybe he hasn't.
What?
So what, the score was 5-2, now it's 5-7?
It was 2-5.
2-5.
Yeah.
Now it's 5-7.
It's relatively even. And I will say, Terrorblade is actually progressing at a pretty good rate. So I wonder what Malik's going to do now that he's bought the pipe.
Yeah, he's out farming Bristleback.
I will say, there was once upon a time a distinguished gentleman by the name of Eternal Envy who went this build on carry Terrorblade. He bought pipe. And he also used to buy Hood on Phantom Lancer, which I think made a lot more sense. But
yeah,
this can still become a carry. If Malik decides to now, he can pivot and do the traditional full-on carry. Falcon Blade is okay as like a build-up item for a carry anyway, so effectively you've delayed yourself by a pipe's value of net worth, but that in turn is paying off a lot for your team right now.
Yep.
It's going to get the Shard for the Demon Zeal. Will ramp up his farming speed even further.
Which makes me believe that he is just going to go for a regular carry build from here, because he's building to farm.
Yeah, it's going to be very telling what he puts in his quick buy next. That pretty much decides his...
The game that he did go pipe, it was just Yasha, Sanj, and then Scotty.
Okay, so he did just go carry after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to see him do that. Yeah, okay. So there's the SNY. Because the thing is, he is not going to be treated as the carry of the game. That's satanic. And if he reaches a point of critical mass where they need to doom him, well, who's killing the Bristle? Because we've already established this hero doesn't die in this game if he isn't doomed.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of a catch-22 for Waska if both heroes get farmed. You don't really know who you want to doom. If you doom the Terrorblade, the Bristle runs free. If you doom the Bristle, he can get sundered.
You would be really interesting.
Both options are actually kind of tricky.
If we go late game, you could see an Earth Spirit Axe too.
Yeah.
So then you would actually have 2 cores with 2 saves.
Yeah.
And
True
they
that.
just bail each other out from the Doom whenever they need to.
Hang on, I just had an idea. How is it Parting Shot works?
Creates a spirit and the body is left behind. They're able to cast spells and the body takes... It has a damage reduction,
Is that good against Medusa?
Well, it would make her even tankier, but it would stop her from attacking. So if you wanted to just ignore her, then yeah, you could do that. She would still be able to cast Mystic Snake, but...
This is like the one spell in Dota I understand the least. I'm not kidding. I feel like I've just read it twice. I'm still not sure.
The only reason I know anything about the spell is that I thought there would be some interesting spell interactions, which there is. Like you can shoot a Phoenix, and the Phoenix can egg, and the egg is separate from the Phoenix. It's just a phantom egg that if it like if it gets killed, the Phoenix doesn't die. It's really weird.
Okay.
But yeah, 35% damage reduction.
So it's like a 4-second stun that does some damage to the hero, and then it's just banished. It's like the simple way of thinking about it.
Yeah, but the spirit can still be around and casting spells and stuff.
And that is controlled by them, and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I have never seen this item used in a pro game. I was just thinking about it because, like, this is already a creative game with what the teams are doing, and I was thinking Parting Shot could be an interesting way of putting Dusa under additional pressure, but it's not really going to work the way that I would want it to.
No.
So, scratch that. All on the floor. Sorry. Lacoste got to me again.
Give me some more. Oh.
The world would be different without Lacoste. Let's leave it at that.
Better or worse?
That's what I was trying to avoid answering. Because it would be better a lot of the time, or a little of the time, and worse most of the time. But I could have done without thinking of that song right there and then when I said scratch that.
Did I see that? Who's going back for Midas?
Ogre Magi.
Of course,
oh, I should.
Maposhka.
Sorry.
I mean, they're really playing to scale this game up then. My goodness.
Oh, they feel like Waska's lineup is inherently very slow, which is true.
Yeah.
The mid-game portion right now is where Waska could often do a lot if they wanted to, but they have not shown much intent on putting pressure. And as a matter of fact, they're kind of just going to call a Roche play off of that. But Spirit finish this is the question. Malik's Illusions and Satanic are going to work. And this also means that if they enter the pit and they only find Satanic there, if they doom him, Malik was actually standing outside it to the bottom right. But now they'll get it in time. Just free roam.
Gonna break. Mago, he's not in a position to be able to get there, but he will get an initiation on it too. A Burrow Strike on 2. Doom immediately placed out. They're going to kill both of these 2. The cores are going to come in though. Satanic has already thrown around some quills. He gets a little bit low off of just some of the AoE damage. Starts backing away. Dark Mago, okay, can't blink in. He immediately has his Blink Dagger canceled by the Terrorblade. The reflection is a nuisance, but they're still going to try and hunt down these heroes. Another reflection, slowing him down, blink forward. Mago fights another 2-man Burrow Strike with the Sandstorm right in the middle. Now he's going to go for that Epicenter, finally lets it loose, and they're going to be able to kill Malik. It looks like, no, he actually slips away into the night. Maposhka from behind. Dark Mago will handle him. Satanic is low, but he still has his Aegis, so he's willing to put himself on the front lines there to help protect everybody else get away.
Very good entry into that fight regardless, though, from Waska. They force out Maposhka's buyback and they kill him again, so he lost so much progress. And the dream there is killing Earth Spirit first. It looked like Malik was just about to be in range to sunder him, but couldn't make it over there in time. That's a nice fight for Waska. Sure, you lost the Roche, but look at that already 3k lead after the fight. Or after the Roche, that is.
Radiant's middle tower has
Difference
fallen.
loss is not what you want to see when you get the Aegis. Now up to the 4k mark.
Money changes hands.
You know what's funny is I feel like Waska are looking at this and saying the game is great. We're totally fine if it goes late and all that. And they might be right, but I don't... Like, who's experienced this? How many of these guys have run into this off-lane Terrorblade and played a 45-minute game, right?
It's also, for me, the more I look at it and the more I think about it, the less I favor the Dire. I still favor them, I think, but I'm starting to buy into Spirit's idea a little bit more the more I recognize the interaction between Terrorblade and Bristle late game, right? The Bristleback will apply goo and minus armor on the enemy team. You are going to hit harder as Terrorblade, and we've already talked about the interactions against Doom with how they kind of cover for each other.
Yep.
So that was a big part in my judgment of liking Waska late. But I don't think it's that clear cut when both of these heroes get to scale like this.
I agree.
So,
Which is
a bit worrisome for them, but that was a good fight that they just took to at least keep them in a solid position for now. Malik's SNY is almost done. We'll see if he just goes for that Scotty that you talked about. Wonder if there's a world where he can go Diffusal against the Deuce on the Terrorblade. I don't think it would be half bad here.
Yeah. I mean, if you went like a full Manta build and everything.
Yeah, I guess since he went SNY, maybe not so much. Satanic is going to kill Matthew off screen, but...
Oh, he's got Sacred too! He just BKB TB'd out, but Satanic's damage is too much for him to handle.
If this roll hits, it does!
Oh, beautiful stuff. Kicks it back into Satanic.
He is done.
Yeah, he is screwed. Mega kill streak for Malik. He definitely completes his SNY off of that and gets a little bit more bonus gold.
Yep, that lead for Waska. Can scratch that. All on the floor. Play coming in. Nice roll. It's just clean from Laurel. As much as Pyke tries, there's no way out of that. So that's half the lead gone, and Spirit continue to progress their item builds on, and I'm looking at this Terrorblade. I really want to see what he's
Dire's
thinking.
middle tower is
Is
under
that, now that we
attack.
talked about it, I think Manta Diffusal could have actually been kind of dope this game. Instead of this SNY Scotty, if that is the route he's going to take. But
Scotty also still feels good, though,
Of
right?
course.
Against an ranged hero,
yeah.
right? You put that slow on him, it's going to be doubly effective.
I'm not going to say it's not good. It definitely is good. This was just an edge case specifically because of Medusa. Otherwise, I would never favor the other build on a 3TB.
Well, he's with you. He's buying Diffusal, or he has it queued up right now.
Okay, so if he is going to go Diffu, I would have liked Manta better, I think. I don't know. Either way, it's good.
Satanic's playing a little bit alone, rather, but he does still have his Aegis. And they spotted Malik, who is making his way to Satanic. It turns out to be a bit of a bait. Now they've doomed up Malik, and Satanic is out of mana. So he can't really do much about this situation. He's just kind of running around, waiting for his Aegis to expire so he can finally get mana. Larl is going to commit because he saw an opportunity for a Magnetize, but still, Satanic can't really be a part of this. Aegis is expiring in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now he can start getting some mana. And he can finally think about going back in, but everybody else is dead now. It's just him and Laurel. Now Laurel is dead too. Now it's just him. It's time to see if he is really him. Satanic is not. He's going to pull a Nightfall instead, and he can't even make it.
He also isn't Nightfall.
He's
So who
neither
is
of them. He's nobody.
If you're not him and not Nightfall,
It's only two
you are
options.
nobody. Then you're no one.
Ah, there you go.
There it is. Nice fight from Waska. That actually was the perfect solution to the Terrorblade conundrum, right?
Yeah.
They Doom Terrorblade and Bristle is out of mana. So then it didn't matter that they don't have the Doom for the Bristle. If he doesn't have mana, the hero is useless. So you kind of killed both heroes at the same time, in a way.
Yep.
And Bristle had to spend the entire time running away, waiting for the Aegis to expire, and then when he re-enters, it's a 1v5, so a 1v4.
And now you actually have an option against the Bristleback. You have the Silver Edge.
Oh.
Ooh!
I don't think he was expecting to die there.
Invisibility.
Silver Edge done for the Dusa, combined with the disables that they have, they do have a real chance to be able
Radiant's
to
top
kill
tower is
Bristleback,
under
where
attack.
before it simply wasn't possible.
Yeah, their single target damage still isn't the greatest, but with chain lockdowns, it can definitely be accomplished.
Rolling at you.
Yeah, they're gonna get
Radiant's
out.
middle tower is under attack.
Dewarding will commence. A Spirit should realize this ward is where it is because they just dewarded a sentry there. So clearly, Waska saw them coming, and I do think they pinged this ward that they're walking next to now. But maybe are they out of tent? No, he does have a gem there.
But Posh
He's
is
gonna check it out.
Yeah, making his way over.
Because there's like, where else would this vision be that made the read of the roll? Time for 30-minute power rune. Satanic gonna find himself an illusion, not particularly inspiring. Malik changed his mind. No more Diffusal on the menu for him.
Okay, so kind of ensures that he'll be able to get to the Bristleback and sunder him, and if he gets BKB'd, he could just BKB and hopefully still live.
Yeah, if they doom him outside of lockdowns, he can probably BKB run. I think so. Sacred with a nice Octarine pickup coming up in just a moment.
Wonder if Sacred wishes he had gone minus. The way that this game's kind of shaping up. He's gonna try and drain out all the mana, gives him the finger. And he'll just
good
take
fear.
it. No.
Oh, and now maybe a bonus kill.
Pops his ult. makes
Any
the
blink
run
stun
for it,
from-
but there
not
is
needed.
Yeah, nothing.
Uh-oh.
Waska building up. And they're gonna sweep down, take over this jungle area. Malik, you don't want to stick around for too long, friend.
I'll take yours.
Is Spirit's secret power that is allowing them to win every series that they get more experience than any other team? Because all of their games go to 3. Is it just the practice that they get?
Radiant's middle
Are they
tower
making
is
sure
under
to get a
attack.
third game here for that extra practice?
Trying to put themselves in the chamber.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Trying to
under
level
attack.
up as quickly as possible.
Radiant structures
You're
are
saying all these other
fortified.
players have years of experience on Satanic.
Yeah.
They gotta
Radiant's bottom
you gotta
tower
give them
is
some
falling.
time.
I will tell you, some Dota games you play, you feel like you age 10 years. So if they can put Satanic through a series where the games are like, make you want to pull your hair out,
Yeah.
then he's definitely leaving that series a man, if there's any question beforehand.
Hell's yes.
If he ages 10 years from a series,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
then he could almost do it twice before he's me.
Do you remember what was your series that aged you 10 years?
In Pro
Radiant
Dota?
are
Yeah.
scanning.
That's a good question. I actually don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember we played some sort of marathon at some point.
I mean, was the dream hack that you won, was that a stressful finals?
Dire's
It was
top
best of
tower
3.
is
I
falling.
won 2 back-to-back, right? So the one against Na'Vi, which I guess the one most people will remember.
Yeah, that's the
which,
one I remember.
Yeah. The first game of that finals was played off stage. So we entered the stage down 0-1.
Okay.
And it was a best of 3, so we had to win back-to-back games, I think.
Okay.
And I think
That's
game
fine.
1 of that series, I think I either played... Did I play Tinker against Lesh or Lesh against Tinker? I don't remember. Against Dendi, and he just bodied me. So I guess it was kind of stressful for that reason.
Yeah.
But then we solved it in the downtime between the games. That's a nice kill.
Very nice.
Easy find. He actually doesn't have buyback, but I don't know if these 50 seconds are enough. But that is what Roche is for.
True.
Just a free pick here for Waska off that Doom. Very nice. And now Scotty too. Easy progression.
Well, if we're gonna judge from last game, we're not too far off from the Dusa just going high ground and ending the game. You might need that Earth Spirit Egg soon.
To kick her in?
Yeah, just to give you some better high ground defense the way this is kind of shaping up.
Yeah, he's quite far away from it though. But I think you're right. That might be the item that is necessary at this point. You need to make the fight scrappy. You need to break the formation of the Dire lineup, because if they get to just stand strong behind Dusa, you're gonna be struggling to kill her once, and twice seems like an impossibility. So definitely problematic might even be an understatement.
Well, they will have good split pushing, I guess, when their offlaner is
Yeah.
able to put this kind of pressure on the map.
That's something. Terribly can always do that, no matter what role he plays, really. When he just gets enough levels, creeps are... This is a kind of a result of every hero over the years just getting so much stronger that I think any role of Terrorblade can wave clear with no items when you're that level, because you're just going to have better stat gain than you used to. You're going to have neutral item buffing you up. Going to have a facet and an innate that helps your hero. So, yeah. The wave clear is always going to be there for the rest of the game. The Terrorblade, I mean, it's a no-brainer because he actually has items for it this time. But okay, Burrow Strike. Gnarl, BKB, TP. Okay, Matthew. Doesn't work.
One can dream.
Well, it did some damage. It was like, just in case our Doom somehow gets a 7x crit, I want to be in range to finger if it becomes a possible kill.
Have you seen this before? Yasha Kaya on Doom. I'm guessing part of his decision making is the movement speed, but then also the cast speed, so he can get off Doom faster.
Cast speed is kind of cool against a hero like Earth Spirit, I guess. I can't say I've seen it before. I've seen a lot of Sanjin Yasha on Amar in particular.
Yeah.
But obviously that is a completely different reason.
I feel like I've probably seen some Sanj Kayas, but not Yasha Kaya on Doom.
It's a bit unusual.
But Poshka barely made it in. Laurel's going to get the initiation on the Doom. They go to Fear on him, but it's not good enough. He still got off his Doom, and it looks like Laurel's going to die for this.
Thunder?
He did manage to take away. Oh, the Thunder came in, bailed him out, and Malik's on the run with his BKB. So is Satanic on his second life. They dead shot back the Dusa. So Mago's going in a little bit alone. Sacred's going to follow him. Matthew's going to follow him, and they do manage to get that kill on the Earth Speeder anyway. But Satanic turning back around and demolishing Mago. He is seeing red right now, and it is powering him up. He is blowing up the Dusa. Now he's going to chase after Matthew. What a turn. You cannot underestimate the damage of this Bristleback, man.
Bristle with a Hyperstone, an Elven Tunic, and Bloodlust. How many times a second does he hit? More than twice a second on Bristle. And then it just procs, like you said, he just activates Seeing Red and goes completely nuts. Look at him hitting the wave. This looks like an anti-mage. Okay, now he lost Bloodlust. So
have you seen a Daedalus Bristleback? I feel like it can't be that bad.
I think I have seen that. Yeah, in theory, it should be insane late game for sure. But yeah, there are a lot of things in this fight as we get the replay. This Doom lasted forever, so ultimately they do kill off the Earth Spirit, but it baited them in that far that they got the Sunder off to reset things.
Look, they're just chunking that mana.
He's just running with haste and 2 attacks a second and hitting for 600. No big deal. Well, that's a pretty big fight. That kind of... I mean, they're still behind on gold, but I don't really think that matters very much.
Yeah,
as is clear right now, it's a matter of who gets the initiation and whether you get the fight on the terms that you're looking for. Terrorblade is starting to reach a very scary point now as well.
Yep.
Diffusal and BKB, almost Disperser.
I think Sacred learned from that. We're not dooming the Earth Spirit anymore. He also learned, he thought for a second, it was like, maybe we need more armor. And he was thinking about going AC. Now he's going to think about Refresher. So maybe he will doom Laurel, but he'll just also doom Satanic.
And he will make sure to commit for his build by buying the recipe first. Now there's no changing it up. He's tired of changing his mind.
He does have Devil's Bargain, so he is the one hero that could
actually
could change it up without too much of a penalty.
He's already gone through 3 different options in 2 minutes, so why not one more?
Who is going to get armor then, though?
Sand King? I mean, he already has Shiva, right?
I mean, part of the problem is you don't have Butterfly and Dusa. Burrow Strike on 2 from Mago.
Big damage from Mago.
Shivas with the Epicenter. Yeah, they've got him. Bull support's going to die, and now they've doomed up Satanic.
Sunder is ready.
Sunder is ready to go. Malik's going to have to use that on Satanic, fairly certain. And then he just barrels back in with the Reflection.
Oh, they got
Confident
Mago.
that they're going to be able to take this fight. Mago, forced to have to wait, but the Ignite is going to burn him out of all things. Utomi, he jumps down to the low ground through the Shard, burning out the mana of Laurel right now. Matthew activates his Ghost after trying to get away from Bristleback. Wants to steal a little bit his mana, but between all of these cores running at them, they have to, man, they're doing a really good job kiting. I just don't know if they can actually win this or not. Slowing down these heroes, and with Team Spirit are just having the hardest time actually getting their hands on these heroes. Finally, Satanic casually 2 shots Matthew. No more running.
When Bristle reaches something, it's not getting out of there. Oh my. It's getting scary when Satanic gets this Abyssal, actually. He just chunks down. I think even a hero like, oh, oops. Okay, Miposhka did not expect
really
that.
Good Mystic Snake too, so he got a lot of mana back, and the broken Bristleback almost dying to that impetus. Instead, it'll be Laurel who's in a bit of trouble, though the mana is burned out from this Dusa. Malik can't stick around for it, though. He's going to back away, and both sides are going to give up on team fights for now. AC is purchased by the Doom. Of course.
He didn't take the bargain, though.
He did not. He still
wants Refresher.
He wants Refresher as well. I mean, it's a 200 gold recipe, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but
that's true.
He's like, all right, guys.
Well, if he holds on to the recipe, it does mean he won't have buyback. For a time.
I really feel like the Dusa needs Butterfly, man. Like, the Bristleback hits him so hard, it's a problem.
Yeah, and his own Reflection you can avoid as well, right?
Yeah, and the Terrorblade swinging at him with the Diffusal Blade.
I feel that too. I very much agree that the Butter would be nice. What would you replace, though? Satanic's gonna break him. And
Treads, I guess.
Yeah, do you have
Because you have Dispersers, so.
I guess. Yeah, maybe that's okay.
But instead, he's going to replace those Treads with the Daedalus. What's Rude doing here? Is he going to hang out for a full minute to 4 minutes?
It's a tough game. Sometimes you just need a little bit of rest.
Okay. Take a breather. I understand. All right, now he's TP's way now.
Check his player cam. Is he in the bathroom? Oh, he's here.
It was like, what was it, GPK?
Imagine you looked at his player cam and he was actually FK. Just parked his hero bottom right.
Do you remember when GPK
someone's at the door.
said go when it was his teammate who was disconnected from the game?
I think, were they even on boot camp and he wasn't at his PC, maybe? I
Go. Like, what? It's your teammate, man. What do you mean? Still in Wisdom Rune.
That's 25 for Mago.
Oh, yeah, that is big. Do you consider the blind?
I feel like the slow part of it is actually really valuable this game.
Yeah, might be.
Having a huge ground AoE slow against Bristleback could make a difference because he's running around super fast all the time and just trying his best to get to a target.
Yeah, he takes it.
No, that was the Dusa. Did he take it?
He did take it.
Oh, he also did take it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. I think it's a good choice. Satanic gonna break a smoke. Don't think he realized he broke a smoke.
His team moving to him now. Malik is
Finishing a hex. It's
quite
on the way in the courier, but
he's gonna be caught. Does manage to get off his BKB.
Oh,
Attempts the TP.
disaster.
That's not gonna make it.
well, he has a hex when he respawns, but no buyback now. Roche will, fortunately for him, spawn after he does. So they can just play the map, and you're going to see Waska check this pit all the time and get increasingly frustrated with the basically maximum... How many maximum respawn times have we had?
Yeah, we've had a couple now.
I feel like we have some really high rolls.
Do you want to go on this, even if you see it? They're behind him. I guess they're going to wait to see if somebody pushes into the high ground to them. Gets a freebie. It's Yodomi who's going to be the target. Throw out all those quills. Get the Aghanim Scepter. And they get the kill. Now let's see if Laurel escapes. Not looking good. Lost all of his mana. Didn't pop the BKB. Burrow Strike on the two supports at the same time. Epicenter. That'll kill Maposhka. And Rue's ultimate can only do so much, especially in the face of that finger from Matthew. He'll give a little mana over to his Dusa, top him up a little bit.
Unfortunately for Spirit, Satanic can defend this 1v4. They don't have Doom, so they can't kill him. If they Silver Edge him, he can BKB, and I think even if they execute this really well, I still feel like he's going to survive.
I mean, they could break him and hex him and Burrow Strike him. And okay, got off his BKB. Never mind, they're immediately going to buy back on heroes and try and catch. Sacred pops his own BKB and runs away. Laurel chasing after them, rolling forward, hits the Shivas onto Sacred. Sacred also hit by the dead shot at the same time, slowed down by the reflection. Looks like Sacred is likely to be the victim of these buybacks. The use of the Purge was a nice play to get rid of the slow, but there's too much catch on the side of Team Spirit. So 2 buybacks, 1 on Laurel, 1 on Rue in order to get the kill on Sacred. Sacred may have to buy back if he wants to contest Roshan still.
I actually think they could have killed Satanic there. I was sure they didn't have Doom, but because of the Octarine, he got it ready when they initiated. But they doomed him outside of stun, so he got his BKB off. If they could have got the Doom plus Silver Edge plus Hex at once, I think it would have obliterated him before the buybacks even helped him.
It's pretty interesting. Waska is going to fight this one. It is on their side of the map, so they could buy back on Sacred, but is it even needed with the pick off on Rue? It's now a 4 versus 4. Satanic starts going in. He's a little bit low on mana. Dark Mago underneath the Sandstorm with the Bloodstone. Prays for protection of this blind. Burrow Strike onto Laurel, and now the damage from Pake. Chain stunning onto the Earth Spirit. He's just dead. There's only so much Satanic can do about this as he gets Yule's up in the air. Now he's trying to run for his life. Malik sitting way in the back, just waiting. If he needs to sunder, he will. But Satanic gets out, and that is his ultimate motivation for sticking around. As long as Satanic's out, Malik's out.
Dude, how much is Matthew doing in this game with those mana drains?
So much.
Their heroes are constantly out of mana from him and from the Dusa Disperser, right? They're just... Yeah, they're just burning them.
It feels like... I mean, they do have a Lotus Orb. That's on Rue. It feels like there needs to be a Lotus Orb put onto this Bristleback just to stop these drains.
The thing is, it's not just him. Like, Laurel is running out of mana every fight, too. So his hero is also becoming useless very fast. And Satanic, yeah, that's
Doomed. Malik.
That's not going to work.
Malik, save me. No, he got Yules. No. He's dead. Oh, what a clutch Yules play.
He wanted to wait as long as possible for that Sunder. And now instead, well, he's waiting to do it in game 3 by the looks of it, because this one is
game over.
done and dusted. Team Spirit. Game 3 enjoyers cannot possibly hope to hold this with the heroes they have left.
No.
And the game is Ogre. Ogre Magi loses, Cap. It is possible. We caught it live on stream.
Yeah, but being silent looking at the camera doesn't work if the camera's not on us.
It worked well for 10 seconds. I just want you guys to know that I kept looking at you, chat, because I think you're very cute to this song.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you.
He said you're cute. I think he likes you, chat.
As far as anime intros go for a game, I don't think that one fit Dota particularly well.
No.
It wasn't dark and miserable enough.
Yeah, if Dota is going to be represented by any anime, it's probably something like Berserk or
Now, I
something
didn't
like
understand
truly
the lyrics.
fucked up.
If she was literally just whining and crying and yelling and just saying profanities, then it would have been a good intro for Dota.
True,
But I didn't get that from the melody.
And the visuals were just cute pandas, so.
Yeah.
Which we do have a cute panda. Storm Spirit is in this game, and he's the cutest panda, isn't he? Look at him.
He looks pretty angry, actually, but he is a panda.
He could be cute and angry at the same time.
That's actually true.
Do you agree with the panel that said this is an even draft?
I think I kind of like Spirit a little bit more because of how good the Storms game should be on paper for me.
Okay.
He's playing together with Nyx, which is a really good partner for Storm to have because it solves the problem of you having to find opportunities for yourself. He is going to do that for you, and it gives Nyx the kill partner that he wants. So you have a lot of reach and a lot of gank potential.
Okay.
The Luna Hoodwink lane, I think, will do fine against the Beastmaster Bat. I think that's an okay lane. This one is the big wild card for me. This one should be a pretty significant Waska victory, the top lane. But, as we've talked about many a time, I think Pango is one of the best heroes to lose lane on as a 3, because you can do a lot with less.
Sure.
Then, let's say if you were a Doom and you had no lane, then you just feel miserable. On Pango, it's honestly mainly about getting levels, and then you get 1 or 2 useful items in the game. Of course, scaling on every hero is great, but I think Pango has, like, the thing you like to talk about, damage per gold. I think Pango can have some of the highest impact per gold as a hero. So even if that lane doesn't go great for Spirit, I still think they can get a lot out of Malik.
As far as it being a good Storm Spirit game, I think everybody thinks of Storm Spirit games in terms of disables. How many disables is he matched up into?
Yep.
And there are some pretty good ones on Waska, so in that regard, do you think that's going to be a problem for him? Or do you just like you just don't think they have enough damage for him, or what?
I guess it's a bit of a combination. If he has BKB and he gets roared, I actually think he doesn't die.
Okay.
Because they don't have any physical damage except Razor, and he needs time to build it up in a fight. Or Lasso. If they get both of them on him, then, I mean, maybe. But that's also a very specific case where you get 2 BKB piercing lockdowns back-to-back. So it's a combination of that, the fact that 2 of the stuns they have for him are ults, so they are not going to be available all the time when they want to kill him.
Yeah.
And then the third factor is how well does he play together with his own lineup, where I think Nyx is one of the absolute best friends of Storm. Also kind of nice with Hoodwink, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the pairings are just nice. But I'm not considering this like a major Team Spirit advantage. It's just a hunch I have based on the strategy. I think Waska can easily get in a good position in this game, and if they play their cards right, as you said, they do have tools against the Storm. They're just not it's not like a Hex, you know?
No. I'm with you on it, because I feel like the offensive aspect of the Storm Spirit is maybe more important right now because of how snowbally this hero gets with the galvanized stacks.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I really want allies that can help my Storm Spirit get kills, and if he gets those kills, it almost doesn't matter if they have the defensive measures. He's just going to get ahead and stay ahead off of the mana regen that he has.
Yeah, the whole galvanized thing unlocked greedier Storm, or less greedy, I should almost say, Storm builds, where in the past Storm had to itemize. He felt really bad about going like, let's say, Kaya BKB, because you felt like you didn't have enough mana with that build. But now if you have the galvanized, you're more likely to show up with fights with a full tank after farming, because you just have extra mana regen that you didn't use to, and it just makes things a lot easier overall with the flow of the hero. On top of that, you deal more damage than you used to because of the shard. So there's like a couple of improvements that the hero has had that really helps feel better about buying BKB earlier, which makes a game like this one easier.
Got him on the stun, slows him down with the blood grenade,
Nice
body
kill.
blocking him, keeping him underneath the sandstorm. Rue is on his way to try and help him out. It came just at the right time. Yodomi gets stunned up underneath the tower. Yodomi, I wonder if he would have been able to get one more hit in, and if that could have killed the storm.
I feel like he could.
It was close for sure.
But it's one of those moments where if it fails, you're feeding first blood. So
sure.
risk reward. I don't know. I kind of would have liked him to go for that, but I understand. It's a very important game. You don't want to mess up.
So good timing from Rue, but damage kind of done to the Storm Spirit. Had to go back to the fountain. And TP's back in. Probably played a jungle a decent amount to get his level 6. Meanwhile, heavy push in the bottom lane.
Yeah, actually, this is one more thing that I didn't get to talk about with Spirit's lineup that struck me when I was looking at the qualities of the lineups. I think Luna as a carry is really good with these hero pairings as well.
Okay.
She adds some long-range artillery to Storm's jumps.
Yep.
She kills together with Nyx as well. And we've seen a couple of games from Satanic on this Luna where when he reaches critical mass, he does like ridiculous long-range damage. And I think you can kind of offset Razor. I don't think the Razor versus Luna matchup is what it used to be. I think we might be, when we consider Razor just a flat-out counter, we might be thinking of, past experience from multiple years where that was definitely the case. Yeah. But I think Luna with the Conda build and with Pike and all the stuff that you can buy now against the Razor,
you're just so poke-heavy now instead of the commitment that Luna had to make, right?
Exactly. The old Luna was literally you BKB, you run in, you pop all your stuff, and you win or lose the fight. The new Luna, you can play it in multiple different ways. Good.
Yeah, you don't need Eclipse to win.
Here, blood grenade. He's actually gonna die.
It bounced back to him too. First blood goes to Miposhka.
Yeah, Matthew out of lane for just a moment, and that's enough. We'll get that kill. Let's see if Miposhka wants to get cute here and think about the Wisdom Rune. Against the Beastmaster Batrider, that's actually entirely possible for him to steal. But he is sticking around in
Storm
that bot
Spirit
lane.
might do it.
Yeah, true. Laurel could try. I mean, surely he will if he's going all the way over here now.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to bring Ench. That doesn't really change it. Actually, he's going to back off.
Yeah, he's backing away. I mean, I guess if both offlaners are not showing in the lane, you're pushing in the tower, you know they're both set up on the Wisdom Rune. Do you really want to take that risk?
Yeah, that's the question. I genuinely think he could have gone away with it, but the problem is if it fails, and even if he succeeds, he loses all of his mana. If he fails, he loses all of his mana and has to go back to base and everything, and it's just a mess. So, yeah, fair enough. Also got to consider the game state. I think if Laurel was doing great, he might have gone for it because you're feeling yourself more. The impact that it's going to have on your game if you do have to do that return to base is not as significant as when you're trailing. Yeah. So I guess he just wants to play for himself right now and make sure that he somewhat catches up to the Sand King, who's leading him by a landslide right now. Dark Mago is so far ahead on this SK, and saw in the last game what he can do on this hero. So that's very good news for Waska that Dark Mago is off to a good start. Second, on the other hand, not so much on Beast. We don't like that hero to be 6th on net worth.
No. He does have some ancient stacks, a triple, a double, a burrow strike, a blood grenade, a kill.
We tried to get that impale into Rune Steel, but Dark Mago is just faster, shorter cast animation.
Rolling Thunder put to use in the top lane. Malik didn't have enough, it seems, to feel confident going for the Razor. Had a lot of stick charges, so good call by Malik, not committing for that kill. And once again, it seems like we're down to chill.
Yeah, this game is
8
a little
now.
bit quieter. That often happens in game 3s, although Yadomi, I not think it's too quiet. Well, be brought down eventually by Larl.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know why, the Bat Rider.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Stun, Rue. He's having a rough one, man.
Sand King is not a good matchup for Nyx when this is the current game state. If you get stunned into Sandstorm, sure, you can pop your level 1 Carapace, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
It's just way too much damage.
Very different from the last time, yesterday, we were casting Nyx Assassin versus Sand King, where the Nyx was working out really well, because he kept on vendettaing and finding the Sand King with his passive.
The heroes kind
Makes
of
sense.
they kind of counter each other in a way where Sand King has a very fast stun, which can be difficult for Nyx to react to in time with the Carapace, but if he's the one initiating, it's super easy.
Yeah.
Because then you're just going to walk into the Sandstorm with your ulti, and then just pop Carapace whenever you want and go for the burst. Obviously not an available play just yet.
And look at
will
that.
get some nice catch-up here.
Sacred starts heading up the network chart. Now is over the Storm Spirit and will continue to climb. Our Storm Spirit not having the best game, but did get another power rune.
Yeah, it's surprising to see Larl in 6th in a deathless game.
Seems like a little bit too much time, perhaps, looking for kills but not finding them.
Yeah, and also the fact that he was forced back to base from that earlier Enchantress move as well, and it does compound. Good news for Spirit, though, is that Satanic, in usual Spirit fashion, just... Have you seen them lose a lane? Miposhka and Satanic, actually. I don't think I've seen them lose lane.
I feel like there was maybe one, but I can't remember what the matchup was.
Pretty good track record if we think it happened one time.
Yeah. How much of that do you think, though, is the priority they put in Satanic's hero?
It's definitely a combination of how late they pick his hero and how good it is for the game.
Epicenter Burrow on 3! Mago with just the perfect setup to an early fight win. It's possible. No, there's no way he dies, actually. Malik.
Okay. This guy on Sand King, watch out.
What a beauty. Triple kill for him. Well rewarded for this play.
Clean.
Had them all lined up for the Stinger hit, too. I think he hit all 3 of them with a level 3 Stinger.
Yeah, that's dirty. Look at that teamfight recap. 2.7k damage.
He did it all.
He did it almost all by himself. There was a little bit of a plasma field, and Enchantress also threw a stick at them. That one was all Mago and some vision.
I wonder how Satanic feels. Just all of a sudden hears some screaming over the comms and a triple kill. Does manage to get the kill on the Beastmaster, but he's probably going to be punished for it. His mass TPs are coming in, and the Razor's got his link. Satanic tries to get the kill on Matthew before he dies. He sets it up for Rue to get the last hit, but he does get punished.
They TP'd 4 heroes after Beast died.
Yeah.
It was literally the entire cavalry. The Horn of Gondor.
And Malik's like, sweet, I got a free tower.
Yeah.
I'm all by myself up here.
This is great news for the Pango.
Top tower is under attack.
He's got his Blink Dagger and is going to work towards a Lotus Orb, so trying to help deal with that Razor. Helps with the lot of single target, actually. Static Link, Lasso, and Roar. Big spells to reflect.
I wonder if this is intended only for himself, or if there is a little bit of a plan to perhaps cast it on the Luna.
Yeah, rolling in and being Lotus Orbed and making it so you can't Primal Roar him is pretty sick.
You still can.
Sure.
So, like, sometimes roaring yourself to roar the Pango is the best play.
Yeah.
static link the Luna to static link yourself is never the best play. Because that makes zero difference.
True. Okay, they found not the initiation they were looking for, perhaps a better one. Yeah, they finish up the Razor. Stun's coming in, though. Pango's going to be bumped up to the high ground. Matthew's going to grab him with the lasso. They will get a return kill. Mago's going to use the rest of his epicenter, blinking forward on Daru, getting that kill as well.
And this is also an easy tower. Beastmaster Ench will always capitalize on this kind of situation. Satanic will show up, but I don't think he can stop this. Are they really going to pay him that much respect? Considering the Storm is out of resources, I'm actually very surprised that Waska back off from this. I think they could have brute forced that one down easily, but...
He is pretty high level. He's level 12 on Luna, so that's a level 2 Eclipse.
It is, but there's no setup for it until the other heroes respawn, and that just happened. So I think they could have finished it. If they just... I mean, I guess maybe a Bushwhack combination with Acorn Shot could have done something, but... Yeah, alright. They'll probably get it later. If they don't, they lose.
That is true. I don't think I've ever seen a team win a game and still have the enemy mid-tier 1 tower still.
I think I've seen a team win games without getting both side lane tier 1s. Though.
Yes,
I think
that for sure.
Before.
Radiant are scanning.
Mid-tower, though.
Yeah.
That's, I feel like that tower always dies.
There's just something about getting the shortest distance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dota players are so obsessed with efficiency.
Actually, thinking about it, there was this... I don't remember which team this... I think this might have been the old mouse sports, like the really old one with Sing Sing and Bambo on it.
Okay.
I think they had this game with Kuro as a stand-in where they pushed bot Rex minute 12 or something. Maybe they never took the mid tower. Matthew's dead. That's the only game that comes to mind where I just remember a team just barreling down bot lane and getting...
Yeah.
I think they genuinely finished the game minute 14 on a push or something, but I don't remember. Well, there goes the tower.
Mid-tower does die, but they don't get it. Satanic is the one to take the last hit, get a little extra gold for us.
Top net worth over Luna. That is wild. He's having such a good game 3 here.
Very fast Bloodstone.
Yep. Definitely not the safest tanking game, though, even if you're super farmed. The Carapace into Storm, we've talked about those two heroes together, can definitely burst you. Luna, long-range damage. But if he gets Bloodstone and another item, then we're talking. He gets BKB after. It's going to be really tough to deal with.
I guess the supports are faring fair. I was looking at the net worth and being like, and then you've got Beastmaster and Razor behind the Luna. I was like, how are they only up 1K? Well, I guess there is a bit of a difference there. Nyx Assassin is 1,000 ahead of the Bat Rider.
Yeah, for this game, Ench can buy a lot of like small items to have impact. She doesn't have to buy big ticket stuff, but Bat Rider being last in net worth is a little bit concerning for Matthew, I think. Would be nice for him to get something meaningful, because it's not easy for his hero to just fly into fights against this lineup. There's a lot of threats.
He's not even trying to go Blink Dagger. He's going Glimmer Cave first.
I don't mind that. I think it's good this game offers protection against the Nyx Storm for anyone, including himself, and can also be used as a catch tool, of course, if you have information. So, it's all right.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Rue is going to find the second best tier 2 neutral item for Nyx, behind Whispers of the Dread. And Laurel is going to find Whispers of the Dread. Well, what do you know?
Look at that.
Top tower, easy takedown. Yodomi.
Are they going to back up and do Roche?
I don't see why not.
Seems like it.
Is under attack.
So that means Team Spirit, they probably know about this. So many heroes showing in that side of the map and now no longer showing. Probably means Roshan.
Yeah.
They can mid-max the hell out of this and push the other 2 lanes and farm a bunch of the enemy jungle, as you could see.
I think it would have been cool here if Rue placed an even more creative ward. This isn't a creative ward at all, but if you placed a different ward around this area that's less likely to get dewarded, because as you said, if you have the read that the enemy team is roshing, you have access to the entire map. So just putting this one on the high ground, it could have been cool to have one that is less likely to be detected, because obviously what he's looking for with this ward is to hunt with Storm.
Yeah.
But
Something like between the mid tier 2 and tier 3.
yeah, for example, or somewhere off to the top right of where this one is, it will see less, but it will be less obvious to get.
Laurel
Oh,
jumping
whoa.
into them and jumping away.
Okay.
Dire's middle
Spotted
tower
a
is
lot
under
of heroes. He'll make a longer zip. Rue would also have Vendetta.
Does have the regen running, so this was effectively just free for him to break off that. Well, now the regen expires, so now it wasn't free anymore.
And they are cutting him off, TPing in.
Matthew
is
does
going to be spotted on the Glimmer Cape, though. Quickly killed, and they're still getting out. Never mind. Nyx Assassin will be paying the price for this one. Was a cute play from Matthew, though.
Yeah.
TP and Glimmer Cape run at them.
Still not too bad for Spirit. They respond to that move, and in the meantime, Satanic is farming.
Yep, he's getting his Manta pushes in and everything, so the lanes are still kind of a mess.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got some ways to go, though, before he can confidently fight into Razor. This Luna build needs to finish the BKB, probably going to do Pike after that, and then Conda. Surely this is a Conda game, right? You can't just go regular right-click Luna and expect the best results comparatively.
I don't know when it's not a Conda game at this point for Luna.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know either. But I just see some play.
so absurd.
I just see games where players don't buy it, and I respectfully disagree with that. And I think this one I would really disagree with not going Conda, I guess is what I'm getting at. But there might even have been a game this tournament where the Luna didn't buy Conda, just went Butter, Scott, what was it, Butter, Satanic,
Dire
Pike.
are scanning.
Shame that player.
Radiant are scanning.
Don't remember who it was. Nothing in the quick buy for now for Satanic, though, so.
Smoke across from Waska. They push in
Yep.
to that Tormentor area. They're going to take your Tormentor. Might stick around for the Wisdom Rune, too.
Nice steal. If they can protect their own, too, that would be a very nice pickup. Matthew will be very unhappy to get that Tormentor kill. It's completely useless.
It's okay, we got the bad one out of the way. So now we can get a good one.
Yep. Now they can get the Ench one without having an Impetus skilled. That would literally be the worst duo of shards I've ever seen.
Would be impressively bad.
Oh, to get the Razor one, that's better for now. The Ench one will, of course, be good once she skills Impetus, but right now, it would have been an atrocious shard
Dire's
combination.
middle tower is
But the
under
big thing
attack.
for them isn't just that they get them, it's that the enemy team does not. So every Tormentor steal is effectively a 2,800 gold win, under the assumption that it was not expected to be yours to begin with.
Right.
For the
It's a very big swing in the game to steal one of those bad boys. They did not stick around for the Wisdom, though, so they didn't get the whole package. But still, a nice result for the side of Waska. Zenking will not be going BKB. It is the Shivas that Dark Mago is planning. Probably just feeling like he's too strong and doesn't need to worry.
Yeah, it is one of those, feels like sometimes you just tip the scales too much. It's like, I've got a Bloodstone. If I get a Shiva's on top of that and I'm ahead, I have high levels in all my abilities, I'm just going to do too much damage. My Bloodstone's going to heal me too much that there's no way they can kill me.
It's just really crucial that you use the Bloodstone correctly then.
Yeah.
Because
Dire's top
you...
tower is under attack.
I think if he has Bloodstone running and they go on him, he won't die. But if they catch him off guard, he is absolutely killable before the Bloodstone starts being
Radiant's
relevant.
bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, yeah, this high ground
Dire's
ward
middle tower is
keeps
under
on
attack.
being pinged by Malik, so I do think he knows about it. But because of his aggression, the Bat Rider backed away. Rue wasn't able to find his Vendetta hit he was looking for. He does have a Daggett, so they've got some pretty hefty burst. You include him and maybe a Hoodwink ultimate or the Storm Spirit zipping in. It's a large amount of damage, and they're putting it to a test right now on the Bat Rider. It's not much of a test. They passed with flying colors. Now they try and escape.
They'll lose the Nyx.
Once again, Nyx Assassin for Bat Rider.
Dark Mago is just on every single move. Has he been in all? Yeah, he has. 100% kill attendance, 7-0-3.
Damn.
I was gonna say, I feel like he's just doing everything, and he is. And that doesn't mean his teammates aren't. He's just part of it all. Bot tier 2 was taken with this Aegis. Not a major advantage gained, really, but still think those 2 shards were very nice for Waska to get, even if the gold doesn't reflect it. The way the gold is now distributed is going to get their supports to a much healthier spot against the counterparts. as I say that, I realize to myself how silly that is because of the dead gold on Bat.
Yeah.
So maybe not that great, actually. So yeah, scratch that.
I love the
Along
early
the
gen
floor.
pickup, though.
Yeah.
I feel like teams neglected gem for a significant window of time, especially with all the snowballing that has happened.
I guess it's also Waska recognizing the angle that Spirit have to enter into fights is extremely Nyx heavy.
Yeah.
So if they get control of key high grounds, they probably feel very comfortable now. This is a big moment. Smoke on smoke action. Manta style.
Shows a couple of heroes here. Thinking about the Rolling Thunder in the river, it always feels good to catch people in the river with that hero. Laurel's going to commit to it. See if they can blow up the Beastmaster. They've got him easily. The Eclipse is going to be used. Now BKB from Pake, and he just backs out. Yodomi, he gets pinged a little bit here. Malik is still trying to hit the backlines. Nice shield crash swashbuckle. Almost blows up both the supports. Pake is in trouble, and so is the Sand King. He jumped in with the epicenter, but it wasn't good enough. His Bloodstone is healing him, but it's not going to be enough either. A triple kill for Satanic. You said it was going to be a massive team fight. Well, Team Spirit just 4-0'd it.
It's actually crazy that Dark Mago almost got away with that. I mean, but yeah, Satanic, the big damage there, of course, got tons of Eclipse hits out and just got to effectively just AFK his hero in the fight and just attack nonstop as much as he liked.
And meanwhile, Waska did no damage. They did a bunch on the Sand King and a bit on the Razor. Nobody else did anything.
I guess they just anticipated that the Beastmaster would be able to survive through that because their smoke broke and they just stuck around and didn't really seem too phased by it. And then they just got jumped by the Hoodwink plus Storm combination and Nyx. And this assassination trio was too much for him to deal with. He has the BKB. If that was a pipe on Sacred, maybe he lives there from just having the magic resist.
Yeah.
But instead, 100-0ing the Beastmaster just blows the fight wide open for Spirit.
And it was also
commanding position. Holy shit, Luna's so rich now.
It was also a setup where Team Spirit didn't have to commit that much, right? Like the Storm goes in, and he's the only target, and he's BKB. Like nothing that Dark Mago can really do about that.
Yep. The only counterplay they have is to lasso the Storm, but they don't have dagger on Bat, right? They just had the Glimmer.
Yeah.
So Matthew can't really prevent this moment from happening. And even if he does lasso Laurel during BKB, I don't even know if that's that good. As long as he's got the initial jump onto the Beast with the Sharpshooter and Nyx, I think the Beast dies anyway, and then you've just wasted a lasso on a guy that you can't kill.
Level 20, Conda, Arcane Rune on Storm as well. Team Spirit are in the full swing of things now.
This level 20 talent on Luna is insane.
Did you move that up to a 25?
Kinda. I would. Or I would remove it. Just change it into something else. It's crazy. But it's especially the combo between this and the 25 that's insane, right? So if you lost either of the two and made one of them 25 and then just replaced one with something else that was also good but not like this, then I think that would be fair. But wow, Disco Roshan. Party's over. Never mind, a bit of party. This is like a failing light bulb.
like in the horror movies where it keeps flickering.
Stranger Things in the Roche Pit.
Dire are scanning.
Aegis for Satanic. Let's see how they're going to put this to use. He will immediately TP bot and farm and push it out.
Yeah, and they're going to sandwich that area with the Nyx Assassin. He will
Matthew.
find the Batrider.
Peace.
He is just not going to get that Blink Dagger, is he?
Tower is under attack.
Not at this rate.
And
they head back to top. This might be a little bit of an unexpected move with Satanic showing on this bottom wave in a moment. So this could be an interesting situation. Now, if Waska are expecting this and are ready, they could get a big punish, but no, never mind. They do still not see Satanic. They only see the Mantas, and they think he is coming, which is correct. He will connect now, and he will also finish his Pike. So now has that tool against the Razor in particular. Also nice against Sand King in some situations, just to get away from that Sandstorm Bloodstone combination.
And he's really focusing on that. He's going to go, he's thinking about Linken's as well.
Yeah, Roar and Lasso, we've already talked about those being the two big things that Waska have to set fights up. Having Linken's will.
I was going to say maybe like somebody else should get that for him, but Miposhka's going to get a Lotus.
Yeah.
So he's just like, you have Lotus and Linken's, double Lotus even.
Yep. Definitely very much targeting these single target abilities.
Yeah, what do they even do? If just they can't. Like they are so built around these 3 spells. Roar and Link mostly. A bit of Lasso, but we obviously, without a Blink Dagger, hard to play around that. But if you can't Link somebody and you can't Roar somebody, how do you kill anything quickly? And if you can't kill anything quickly,
how do you kill anything slowly?
Yeah, then you just lose out to the Conda Luna.
Dire's bottom tower is
I'm
under
with you.
attack.
I think this is a tough game state for Waska. Need to find a way to break Linken's when that comes out. But even then, as you said, the Lotus Orbs, even if you break the Linken's, then what? You're gonna Roar yourself? You're gonna Lasso yourself? Doesn't feel great, but sometimes you gotta do it. Mago!
Oh, right on
this
top
would
of
be
him
huge.
instantly. Spike Carapace blown up, and they'll get Matthew as well. Wait! No! He was 2 gold! He was literally 2 gold from Blink Dagger!
Oh no. Now Satanic is pushing their base. Pyke can't stop this, because ironically he's gonna get piked.
Roared. Now Static Linked, missed the Bushwhack as well. This is not good
He has BKB
for Satanic at all.
He has BKB on the second life, and they used a lot.
Oh, they got the grab onto the Sand King, stopping his epicenter. He's still going to try and fight it out with the Bloodstone, but shot down, and Satanic is taking the other 2 with ease. Stopping the Sand King epicenter, massive jump from Laurel to stop that. And they'll clean house on Waska's house.
It's actually a game.
And it'll probably be GG.
They have 3 cores without buyback. This is Megas or Throne. And it all depends on Spirit's read on the buyback situation. If they knew the game state, it's over. But they don't have the info. They might piece it together after they get their second lane. They're like, wait, I guess they just have nothing. And I think Satanic is going to come to that conclusion now. End us off on a pretty quick...
Hey!
Well,
he got it. He got the lasso. The Blink Dagger finally comes into play. Unfortunately, it's at the end of the game, so he really just didn't have a blink. Beastmaster's going to be coming in, but it is far too late. Satanic cannot be stopped. And that will be